All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Akin here to give you a scout report on Dion Dawkins, the tackle coming out of Temple. Now, even though he was a tackle for the Temple Owls, I actually see him as one of my top offensive guards entering this year's draft due to the style of play offensively during his career in high school and college. I think he will be a better fit to play guard at the next level, and he has pretty decent speed as well to be a decent pulling guard. Let's talk a little bit about him. He's from Rahway, New Jersey. Great athlete. Actually spent a time after high school at Hargrave Military Academy for a year, in which he stamped as a two-star recruit. Actually was first committed to Cincinnati before head coach Matt Rule of Temple decided to actually have him change his mind and to commit to become a Temple Owl, in which he was an all-conference honor for the past 2 seasons, and he was first team all honors at the All-American Athletic Conference as a senior. Now let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses. First, his strengths. He sports a massive chest freezer like frame, which he uses simply to engulf defenders at the point of attack. Though his squarish frame looks better suited to the guard to a guard or a right tackle, I see him as a better fit as a guard. Now Dawkins shows impressive initial quickness, balance, and patience in pass protection, as well as his long arms needed to steer away defenders from the ball. Now he also shows natural mirror skills, easily sliding from left to right to keep defenders square off as far as pass protection, and I think he could be a pretty good puller. He runs a 5'1" which is not bad. I think he could be a decent pulling guard to help for the run and attack. And Temple did have a pretty decent season the past couple of years with their leading rusher Jahid Thomas. Now it's time for me to talk about his weaknesses. Now I mentioned earlier he was actually an offensive tackle at Temple, but due to like the style of play with the spread offense, in which the ball is actually released pretty quickly, we haven't really seen him well as far as the best of his skills as far as pass protecting, because of how quickly the ball is released and how the high tempo offense is when they just keep marching down the field. We've been seeing that in offenses in high school and college for the past recent seasons, because it definitely increases more points put on the scoreboard, which I do understand. But as far as the offensive lineman, it's hard for us to really see how well they perform compared to pro style offense. Now other things he does need to work on as far as his play: he lacks accuracy in his initial punch, hitting his target high and stopping his feet sometimes after contact, failing to sustain his blocks effectively. Now he comes with some character flags as well. He was actually arrested along with a good prospect in Hassan Reddick, one of my top linebackers entered this year's draft. Now he actually got into a fight. He had some involvement in a fight in the Philadelphia nightclub during his time at Temple. Now another thing that I am concerned, going back to his technique, sometimes he lacks the technique at this level and simply walls off defenders with his size. He too often negates his own power and agility by coming off the ball too high sometimes. So he just needs to work on his technique just a little bit more. Had to go back a little bit as far as his play, but he does have a red flag with the arrest, but I think he will be just fine. I think he's going to get his act together at the next level. He's still a pretty good athlete. Now there are concerns because he didn't play the guard position, but I think he will be coachable to make that transition well at the guard. Now with that being said, I see him as a 3rd round pick because it will be a project for him to learn the guard position, but I think he could be a solid 3rd round pick of this year's draft. Now the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be in just a couple of minutes. I have more blogs to talk about today. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man Akin McCall. Be easy.